You first.
Awesome.
Okay.
Meaghan, thank you so much for agreeing to be in our inaugural Meet the Members chat. I'm very excited to meet you. I live on the East Coast in New York, and you live in the
West Coast in LA. On the West Coast in LA.
cool. So this is really exciting because the Blue Collar just opened their LA branch, and so this is our first conversation. And so I guess we have to start at the beginning. Who are you, and what do you do for a living?
Uh, for a living, I am an assistant editor. I moved to LA about 2.5 years ago now. Uh, I work mostly I've been an assistant editor for about 13 years now. I started in broadcast post about 17 years ago. I do mostly assisting, mostly in scripted, uh, and yeah, now I live in LA. I lived in New York for a long time, and now I'm in Los Angeles. And who are you, and what do you do for a living?
My name's Brad. I work in documentary post production, and I've done that for about 11 years. So it takes either the form of editing. I've cut a bunch of things for the web, or assisting, and I'm assisting on a feature doc right now. Um, but now I'm curious, like, how did you get your start? Like, what were some of the early sort of projects you worked on?
I got my start. I got uh, a paid apprenticeship internship at a boutique editing house that did mostly commercials. So I started in adverts as an edit room assistant and worked my way up to tape room technician and assistant from there. And that was the first 4 years of my career. And so for the past, yeah, so then I've been an assistant since then. How about yourself? Did you always do documentary, or how'd you get your start?
I started in reality TV as an assistant. I worked nights. I would do this like crazy shift where it was like 6 p.m. to like 9 a.m. So I'd work like 15 hours every night. It was absurd and it was like brutal. Um, and then I became the colorist on that show just because there was a space available. After I moved to New York, I took a turn, like I kind of pivoted and like committed to documentary, which I'm very happy to have done. Um, and so, you know, the reason we're here is we connected through the Blue Collar Post Collective. Um, but how did you hear about Blue Collar and like why did you join? Like what attracted you to it?
I first heard about Blue Collar because they have a strong presence on the internet, and I know who Katie Hinson and John Aramick are. So I think I heard about it on Twitter and Facebook through their posts because I moved out of New York just before they got going, so I kind of missed the boat on being there for it. But I heard about it, and my friend Kylie Pena also knows Katie Hinson and John. And so she was the one who kind of got me involved. She said, "Hey, they want to do a version of it in Los Angeles," and I said, "Oh, that's awesome! So sign me up." And so we just did our first members mixer meetup last month in June, which was really really fun. We had a really great time. Tons of people came out, like a shocking amount of people came out. I think it's the most people I've seen in one place since I've been in Los Angeles. And it was really fun. I met a ton of new people and achieved the entire aim of the event, which was to get post people who otherwise, can't really have trouble carving out time for social meetups and meeting new people in Los Angeles. So that was great. Um, how did you get involved with the BCPC? How did you first hear about it? And what attracted you to it?
I friend of mine, Rosie, who is a filmmaker, editor, assistant editor, very, very talented person, connected me, told me about the group, and I went to a meetup. And while I was a little shy at first because it was new to me, the idea of, oh, there's a tribe out there for post professionals. I didn't know that. What is this all about? I was, very, very quickly thereafter in the following months, like smitten with their ambition and their ability to put together events. And so, um, not to flatter them endlessly, but I do think that it's really working, and that's cool to see, and it's exciting to be a part of. So yeah, and as I've sort of come to realize about this business, for me the business is about people, and there are like really really cool people in blue collar. So I'm happy to be a part of it and contribute in small ways when I can. So yeah, I'm glad that we had a chance to meet.
Yeah, same. This is great. East Coast, West Coast, finally getting it together.
It's exciting. It's exciting. So thank you, and perhaps one day we will be able to meet in person.
Yes, so much stuff happens on the internet that it is nice to have that human connection and meet up in real life, which is
Yeah.
a big thing that blue collar does.
All right. So I guess then I don't know. We'll like come up with some creative sign off for like this series.
Yeah, I never know. I'm just like, bye everybody. Thanks for
Great.
hanging out.
Yeah. Peace.